Hello again, it's me, it's Shrimpchu. This is a sim build. My knuckle said hi. So this is a build I have been excited to try to recreate. It's sort of been on my to-do list from, I don't know when I actually first discovered this. For whatever point we would eventually get ladders, and we finally got ladders. It happened. We did it. We did it. The Sims team did it. So this is my attempted recreation of a really tiny Japanese apartment. It is apparently 8 meters squared or 82 feet squared, according to the description of the YouTube video. That is how I found this. Because I found this through the Living Big in a Tiny House channel, which I don't remember. I found this ages ago. I was like, wow, that's really cool. And I kept it in the back of my mind to be like, I should totally try to build out in The Sims, if we ever get ladders one day. Because the thing about this apartment is, as you've probably seen, it's, for the most part, essentially 2 squares wide. And the bedroom is just a loft area up above. So there's just a ladder going up to that. Because there's no way you're making that work with stairs. Lose all that space to some normal stairs? I don't think so. So I will link the video in the description, and if you want to compare or try to see if you can, if you're like, this is cool, but I would do it this way and I want to try. Video in description, you can check that out. I sort of had to, because like the kitchen is like 2 tiles, and it's literally like the sink and a little stovetop hob, cookery thingy-mabob, that's it. So, for accuracy's sake, I've used some custom content. It's some of the stuff from around The Sims 4, from their, like, tiny living additional items sets. I've uploaded that version to the gallery, and I've also uploaded a non-CC version where I just tweak the kitchen a bit, so like they have basically I remove where the chair goes behind, like on the other side from the kitchen, and I just put in a couple more counters and a mini fridge that's actually standalone, or maybe I just used a full fridge, I don't remember, but like it's an actual functional Sims kitchen that's more like 4 squares than 2. So your Sims can happily live here if they actually want to. Which I like to hope. I'm sure there's a Sim out there that does. Hopefully the Sim I created to move in here would. You might see her at the end of this video, casually playtesting. Don't worry, the bathroom does get quite a bit smaller. I do tweak this as I go along. And then I build a little sort of fake exterior to make it look more like an apartment building. So if you didn't want this to keep its like tiny house, I couldn't quite get it to like micro house, but it's tiny house. If you don't care about it maintaining that, like you could actually maybe, you could still get roommates and still keep it actually, because like I've done the whole thing where the wall trick, where if you place a wall away and then move it over, it doesn't register as a room. So like they are painted and they have a little floor and all, they just don't register as a room. So you could technically furnish those and get some roommates, make this a functional little apartment thing, which I always think is the coolest idea and totally what I want to do with this place. You could even expand it more and just keep it going, like build up more apartments upwards. I just didn't. For one, once I finished this one, I was just like, this is okay. I was building it late at night. I was like, I'm done, I'm good, this is nice. And also, the others don't have quite as much space, so they wouldn't be the exact same layout, like bathroom-wise. So it was like, I will think about that at a later point, if I ever revisit this idea. But yeah, it's a very, like, if you haven't watched the video for the actual apartment, I do recommend, because it's very, like, I know tiny living's a thing, but this is so ridiculously tiny. And I do really love the bathroom concept. Like, I don't know if I'd personally love it, like, for living with, but I love it as just a concept of a thing that is a thing. It exists, it's possible, because it's like, there's like the shower, and then there's a sink, and then you have to like pull the sink over, and then like hidden underneath that is where the toilet is. I was like, that is amazingly compact. I don't know, it's like that fascination with intriguingly tiny things that I can probably blame the good old original Polly Pockets for, you know, before they turned into like Bratz dolls but with rubbery clothing. But like mini Bratz dolls but with rubbery clothing. And there's the real neat loft bedroom. I'm sure with custom content you could probably make this more like accurate and authentic, but I just went for the general vibe and, you know, close enough. And I do eventually actually adjust its sizing again, so don't worry. I'm aware it looks a bit off now, and I was like, why does it look off? And I fix it. I promise I fix it. So she has in the apartment in this video, it's just the bed, and then there's a few bits and pieces on the floor, like stationery, books, little tiny plushie. So I shrunk, that's the word. I shrunk down Blarfy so he can chill there. And I just like the idea of like how her microwave and her toaster oven, which was nothing in The Sims, are just there at the entranceway. Like, it's just, because it's so small and like it has to have a different layout because everything's just like laid out in basically what would otherwise just be a hallway in, you know, any kind of full-size house. I can't remember, I think I moved the bathroom gets a square. Does the bathroom get a square smaller, or was that it? I'm narrating this too long after I say too long. It's been maybe, actually it might have been a week. I don't know. I might have built this last weekend. Yikes. The week kind of flew by. It's that weird thing about being back at work. It's just sort of like your weekend is by in a blink, but a fun blink, and then work does not feel like a blink, but then once you're like at the other end of it, you're kind of like, oh wow, time flies. And Yoda, because like there's a few trinkets and stuff on the edge of that like cabinet in the apartment. I was like, I will try. It's not really working, and we don't really have anything I feel fits the vibe that much, but you know, little Yoda I think does. And I feel like, considering it's like a YouTuber like at the time of this video that lives in that apartment. And I like, you gotta have a calendar, a little organization board beside like the desk laptop space, because of course this is like a beautiful freelancing work from home Sims apartment. It's either that or the workaholic that never spends any time at home and thus does not require space. Either way, you could make that work either way. And there may have been a little bit of like, I just want string lights and some kind of aesthetic in this bedroom. If you can call it a bedroom. Like, it's the room where the bed is, but it's not strictly speaking a room, is it? But hey, what defines a room? It's still within 4 walls. It's just, you know, a little bit open on one side before, you know, seeing another wall elsewhere. A little bit. But yeah, I was quite happy with how this came out. Like, it's maybe not necessarily perfect, but I'd say pretty damn close. Pretty good sim equivalent. And I was just happy to finally build it up. Yeah, I just started copying things. I was like, and copy things and make space. So there's space for about, it's like 3 or 4 other empty apartments, and like I made a little entrance area and a little built-in laundry bit because, well, I figured it would just be nice to have in an apartment building. I know initially I tried to use the little laundry basket thing that came with Eco Lifestyle, which I think would kind of fit, but at the same time, the non-laundry basket was sort of, I felt more accurate to what I was recreating. But you could, you know, replace it with go back and replace it with the eco-lifestyle one and have a fully functional little laundry basket for your laundry needs. I don't know if Japanese apartments are inclined to have a laundry room, but this one sure does. And hey, it doesn't have to be typical because, like they said in the video, while Japanese apartments can be tiny, this one is definitely small, even by Japanese apartment standards. Like, if you watch the video, there's not even enough room to stretch your arms fully out, like, from one side to the other. Like, just not happening. Which is fair, you know? You could just turn the other way and stretch, it's fine. But it's just, I don't know, there's just something fascinating and interesting about tiny spaces. Tiny spaces and the people that live in them. It's almost like that's why there is a YouTube channel for living in tiny houses, which I'm probably going to end up actually checking out again, and maybe I'll find some other things to build, I don't know. But just this one always, like, caught my eye more, and I, remembered it all the way until we got ladders. I wish I could remember when I first came across this. I know it's been months, if not maybe a year or something. I place a laundry, like a clothesline outside, and there's a little bit of landscaping, a little bench outside. Like, it's simple, nothing too extravagant. It's I don't know, I googled to see ideas for how to make the outside of an apartment look, and I mean, it seemed pretty, all of my results were basically just typical apartments with lots of, like, balconies, and it's like, this isn't really that tall, and I've only really built, I mean, because it is technically a 2-level, but because it's like a loft and then open space, so it's technically 2 levels, so it has the height, but it's not a second apartment above, so you could just keep going and start building balconies up there, but I didn't. I was content with a little small. It's like the beginnings of an apartment. It's your sim and the realistic number of roommates, maybe. But it does what it needs to do. And I'm excited to have a sim live here. I'm pretty sure I built this in my Let's Play world. Did I put this in? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember anymore. But either way, I could see me maybe doing a freelancing Sims house, maybe. Depending on I don't remember how much this costs, but this could be the start of one of my future Sims. Could start out here and then move on to wider walls. I was trying to place trees that, it was like cherry blossoms, but not too big. Just a little bit of cherry blossoms and a little bit of pathing, and it's all okay. It's like I said, it's nothing extravagant, it's just nice. It's not crazy big, it's not crazily super duper landscaped, it's just simple, nice. You could, like I said, you could copy the little things. It's on the gallery as Tiny Japanese Apartment, by the way, it's that simple. You could copy the apartments and just make everything similar. Maybe you could have super personalized other apartments where everything's just like a strong personality type. You can do whatever. Because it's The Sims, and we have that freedom for as far as The Sims freedom extends. Because we have limits. Like we used to not have stairs. Now, ladders, but now we have ladders. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you want to check out any of my other stuff, I have Sims and also non-Sims content like Animal Crossing and random games about adorable alligators and things, so got options. And I hope you're having a lovely day. Goodbye!